up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another install on the Civic. We've got the Hirev Sports mugen style tail lights. Finally going to get them installed. If you guys saw a couple of videos ago, I did an unboxing of these, so I'm not going to go too in depth into these right now. You guys can go ahead and check out that video when I say a little bit more. But we're finally going to go ahead and get them on the Civic, take off the stock ones, put the new ones on. And I'm going to show you guys how I do that. It's pretty simple, it's nothing too crazy. Taking these off, you got the 2 bolts here, and then there's a couple of clips, about 3 clips are right here, and right here, that once you take the screws off, you just want to pull the light out and they'll pop off. So don't worry about the light falling off once you take the screws off, because there are those clips there, and you got to pull the whole light off. And then the same thing with these guys have 2 clips on the top as well. And there is going to be 1 bolt that you got to get to through here, so I do got to take this off. So first things first, disassemble all this to bring down this whole plastic piece, and it's all one big piece. It's actually 3 pieces, but it all comes down. And then yeah, so that way we have access to the little light here, and we can run the wire and all that for the new ones. So here they are. I'm gonna go ahead, get started on taking these off, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so I've taken a few things off, and I wanted to show you guys. This is all that came off. This little like rubber clip with some clips on here that's holding the door panel in place. These 2 screws and a little push clip, and that came off of up here. The long one was right there with the 3 clips that's holding this whole plastic piece in place. So you want to pop that off. Then right here is a little cover, which is this guy. You pop that off, and then in here and in here there's the 2 10mm bolts that I just showed you guys there. So 2 10mm you're gonna need, and then the little push clip right here, and of course it's the exact same thing on the other side. So take that off, and then you can basically pull this down. There's more clips under this holding it in still, so you can just pull down on here carefully. I'm gonna try to grab it through here to show you guys, since my other hand's holding the camera, but you heard that. You just pull down and you start going around until you get all the clips off. But I'm not gonna do it anymore because this whole thing might come down. Alright, now that we got the whole plastic shield off, it's right there on the floor. Right here you get to see the bolt, little guy right there. It's actually a nut on this side. It's holding the little light up top. That nut is clip right here, and I think that's it. There might be another clip that you can't really see from this side, but you got that there, and that's how you're gonna take off the little light here on the hatch door, because that's getting replaced as well. And then down here at the bottom, this is simple. You got a 8mm bolt right here, or you can use the Phillips head. Take those 2 off and pop the whole light out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Alright, so I got this side's tail light off, and you can go ahead and just unclip all of those and take them all off. You don't have to worry about getting them mixed up on which one goes where, because in the back here, if you look closely at each plug, they each have a certain amount of little, like, how do I say, like little teeth. Like this one's got these 2 here and then 2 on the sides, and every one of these plugs has a different combination of teeth and sizes, so there's really no way to get them mixed up, because those only go into one of these. Like each one only goes into one or the other. You can't put, like, the plug that goes here can't be plugged over here or over there, because it just won't fit. So don't worry about them getting them in the wrong order, because they can only go in one spot. Alright, so if you look at your new light here, like got the old one here, you're gonna notice that the cables is just like a plug-in. Basically this is like a light bulb that you plug into the socket. So what that means is that for the new light, you need to use the old light sockets. And here you can see this one has its own little sockets, so we're not going to worry about that one. But for here, here, and here, basically everywhere that there's a cable sticking out of, you're going to need the socket from the OEM light. So you're going to take this guy out, and this one right here. And that's just, of course, a simple twist, pull. You got the light bulb there. What you're going to do is, you're going to take your light bulb out of the socket and plug in the new light. Basically this right here is the light bulb. So you're gonna plug this in to the OEM socket, and then put this whole thing, shove it in there. Now obviously you want to check the lights and make sure they do work before you put everything 100% back together. So what I did is I kind of placed the light on here a little bit and very lightly screwed in the first screw, just enough for it to bite so it doesn't fall off. So go ahead and did that, and then now we can go ahead and check the lights and see if it works. Alright, so I just turned on the hazards. Yep, there they are. It's working fine. The turn signal, obviously I didn't turn the car on, so I can't try the turn signal, but the hazards worked, so the turn signal should work too. Just making sure they're all lighting up. I'm gonna see if I can catch this real quick. Oh yeah, they're all working perfect. That's a good sign. Real good sign. Now I just gotta try the reverse lights, which should be these. Let me see how I do that. I'm gonna have to get somebody to help me out. Okay, so real quick, so I only have to test the lights one time. I'm gonna get this little piece, and before I install it, I'm gonna go ahead and connect it to the tail light just to make sure, you know, that it all works good. Oh, wrong side. These only go one way. So there we go. There's this long cable that comes in the box provided with the lights to connect the little one to the big one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just for a second. Go ahead, flip this over. Just gonna let it hang there. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the other end here to the end here. Alright, now that that's plugged in, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the hazards again, and this guy should light up, assuming it's working properly. Okay, so I'll get the hazards. Yep. Yep, there it is. It's all working fine. The cool thing about this is it makes it all one long sequential piece, so when the hatch is closed, that's what it looks like. Oh god, I can't wait to get these on. Alright, let's go. Quick little side note, I was just about to put the light on, and I noticed that I was missing this gray piece from here, and it's right here. The reason was it was still stuck to the OEM light, so keep an eye out for these guys and make sure they're there, because if not, these won't clip into here, because this whole opening is too big for these clips. It needs these little gray parts, so make sure they're both on there before you put the light on. That way the light's not flopping. Also, you don't want water trying to get in there either. So whenever you're ready. Alright, got them both plugged in. Let's see. This is the brakes, so you can get the little ones here for the brakes. Little ones there. There you go. There's reverse right there. Right down here. Okay. Turn on the regular headlights. Oh, there's the left turn signal, the right turn signal, so she got the hazards on. There they go, nice sequential. Turn on the headlights now. Yep, there's the cool animation whenever you turn on the headlights. So that's on, and that's on. We're good to go, boys. Okay guys, so I've got this whole left side done. It's all installed. It's all plugged in. Even the little one on the top here is all in. As you can see, it's working. So what I did is, a lot of people, they'll run the cable that goes up to the little light from down here. They'll run it through this weather stripping here and just kind of come up to the middle, and then from the middle just jump up and then hide it behind the black plastic here, which is that big old thing over there. They'll just jump straight up and hide it behind here, and then, you know, come up the side and up and plug it in. I didn't like that idea too much, because I saw when people were doing this, like, you know, going from here up, I noticed that when you close the hatch, the cable gets pretty squished, and I didn't want that to happen because I don't know, it just like it'd probably be okay over time because this is rubber here, but just in case, I didn't want my cable getting squished so it wouldn't fail. So what I did is I still ran it up the weather strip, so it's tucked in behind here. Just pulled it up, shoved it in, and then pushed it back down so it would stay nice. So what I did here though is I stopped right here and I came up, followed this cable. I wanted to shove it in through here and go behind the wall, behind the whole fender here, but it's kind of impossible just to get the cable from down here up through the back there. Maybe if I taken all this off, there might have been a way to shove it in through the back. I'm not sure. I don't know, there's an opening up here that'll lead me to the hole that's right here or not. But instead of trying to find out, trying to take all that apart and just to find out, I decided to just jump up here and shove it right through here. So I shoved it in there and then ran it straight up. It's all tucked in back here. And just kind of ran straight up, and then it had it come out right here. As you can see it, right there. Come out, and then up, and then I plugged it in there and then shoved it all in there. So nice cleaner look. I know here is not gonna get squished because this OEM cord protector is here itself. So obviously that means that the hatch, when it closes, it doesn't squish down in this area. Over there it will squish the cables, but over here it doesn't squish. There's a bit of a gap, and obviously it's gonna be enough of a gap for this big old fat thing to fit. So if this big old thing fits here, then this cable should have no problem being here next to it. So good little way of getting your cables to not get all squished up. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I've already ran it up the weather strip, got it right here, and it's gonna go up on this side as well. Shoved it in. So real quick, I want to show you guys a little trick. What I did to get the cable to go up, to be able to get it out through here, is you basically gotta fish it out. So what I did is, let me see if I can show you. Alright, what I did is I took the end of the cable and I shoved it from up here down, because it's gonna be pretty hard to get it up there. So I shoved it down as much as I could until I was able to feel it down here, and then I pulled it out, and that's what this is right here. This is me pulling it out. So now you're left with this part that goes from the tail light here through the weather stripping all the way up here, comes out, and it's getting shoved in. Alright, so here we go. I've got it knotted up, nice and twisted on there. So now what I'm going to do is go up here and start pulling it up again. And you want to help it through because you don't want it to get caught on anything. So I'm just gonna keep pulling. So now I can just undo this. There we go. And you can go ahead and start pulling your cable up. And there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and keep pulling it out. There we go. Now you got a nice clean way for the cable to go. Make sure you give this some slack, so I like to keep it flush with the body of the car and then straight up, so that should be enough. Obviously with the hatch open, this is as extended as it's ever going to be. It's never going to be more extended than this. So now that I feel like that's good, I can go ahead and put this rubber plug back in there to hold it nice and tight and start working on this to get it plugged into the little light up top. Well guys, it is now the next day, and I wanted to show you guys this in the light because I know it got dark there in that last clip. You got to see how bright they are in the dark and the little animation and all that. But I wanted to show you guys these lights in the daytime because they do look great. This is the reason why I went with the clear versus the smoked, just because I love the red in the lights. Like, it just pops. And I wanted to be able to see that easily. During the day, and at night obviously it lights up. You guys just saw the animation, but I just love the way these look, even off, just on their own. and that's why I got them in the clear. I just love the coloring with the gray and all that. They just look awesome. They're still pretty bright too during the day. Let me see if I can unlock it and show you guys the sequential light here. Okay, so even during the day they're pretty bright. But yeah guys, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out, gets the video shown to other people. So I'd appreciate that a lot. There goes the car locking on its own. Again, if you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. Let me know. I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. Until next time, take care and have a great day.